Hello and welcome to FPRL here at Belgium. It is a sprint race. It is round number 2 of the season around Spa. It's a fantastic racetrack. The circuit D Spa-Francorchamps is the longest circuit in Formula 1 and at 102 meters of elevation change as well. Also has the largest elevation change of the season. And also it is one of the old historic racetracks which have had changes throughout the years as it's raced on the Formula 1 calendar. It's 7.0 kilometers, it's 4.352 miles, and the top speed is in 223 miles per hour. And then we have 19 turns. Valtteri Bottas holds the lap record 1 minute 46 around this circuit as well. And it's really a circuit which basically demands a lot by the driver, especially going through a Rouge and Radion, and it's very easy to get it wrong around this circuit. And with a one short qualifying, I think we'll be seeing a lot of drivers get it wrong, at least with their with invalidating their laps. And we've had some historic moments around the circuit as well. For example, Vettel colliding with Button right to the bus stop chicane. We also have the C4, the C3 and the C2 compound of tyres around this circuit today, and it's gonna stay dry throughout, so we're gonna have a lot of DRS involved. And after a lot of rain last time out, we are going to dries. Now, we had an excellent race last time. I guess maybe not for the drivers, it was quite chaotic with a lot of stops and goes due to the restarts. However, one thing it did have was excitement for us, and that's all I think we can at least have. I don't think a lot of drivers were too happy after the race, but what I definitely was, because as a commentator I got to see quite a bit, including more than one race start. So yeah, let's take a look at our championship standings. Now, our championship leader Ilias, after a penalty delivered to Bill, unfortunately for him. So we're gonna have Elias then missing today's race, so that's also going to be unfortunate, and he is going to lose a lot of points and probably will lose the championship lead with that as well. So unfortunate for the Ferrari driver, so he will not be here today. We have Flame in second place after a good result last time out in Zandvoort, and he will be hoping to get something similar and take over the championship lead here in Belgium. We have Bill in third position, we have Raf in fourth, we have Phoenix in fifth, Carlo in sixth, and then we have Ace in seventh, Valdo in eighth, Tristan in, and then I don't think we have a ninth position for now, and I think I do know why, but we do have Tristan in 10th, Akron in 11th, Harrison in 12th, we have Kyle in 13th, Martin in 15th, then we have Yak in 16th, Charlie in 17th, and then Ollie, and then Dean, and then making his debut this time around is Glexus, and he is also alongside Sene, who makes his first appearance for this season, as he was not here last time out around Zandvoort. So it's really going to be, hopefully, an exciting race, and we'll be getting going pretty soon. And let me explain to you a tiny bit about how the sprint format works here, at least, as obviously it's all done on the same day and all of that, but we have a one short qualifying, as there is some drivers and there is a time limit where we kind of try and finish the race. As you can see, we had to move it to a 25% last time out as well, so we kind of want to finish it at the same time as possible. So we're adding a sprint, but with that it would add around 8 more laps of action, which I think that would make it a tiny bit around like about 16 minutes, I would say, something like that, of a little bit of an extra race. We'd be maybe 15, maybe 10, unsure, but yeah. So With a one short, we're going to miss the 18-minute quali, but I guess for us, it's a bit more exciting to be honest. Because one short, we're straight into it. 8 laps of the sprint, we're straight into it. The race, we're straight into it. I think sprints, that's why, I don't know about how other commentators feel about sprints, but for me, in league racing especially, I absolutely love it. It's excitement all around, technically, where in the 18 minutes you're kind of waiting for it to get a bit more exciting, and then as you can see, it just develops, and then as you get to the end it's very exciting. But here we're just gonna see changes throughout the order, and it's one lap to perform. We might see someone muddle up a bit of their qualifying. Could that be due to track limits? That's a big point around here. We could see quite a few invalidations and penalties in the race, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen there. And then we also have, due to a penalty given for last time out, we have Pal, who has a quali ban, so he will need to retire straight away as we get going. So he'll be starting at the back, so he'll have to disqualify or whatever he can do. Thank you for joining us once again. Just a reminder, my name is Omi. In the commentary box, we are 1 minute away from getting underway, unless we do need to wait for someone. And while we do that, I will read out some of the interviews. Actually, before we even get on to the interviews, let's take you through our constructor standings after the first race. And with a lot of drivers and teams, obviously some drivers having to miss out and then some having a good result, it was a bit of a mix, but Ferrari still lead the way with 25 points, because we saw Valdo, they started on the front row, but then we saw Valdo have that little spin right at the beginning, which cost him quite a bit. So it's Ferrari still in the lead with 25 points. We have Mercedes in second position with 22. We have Alpine in third with 20. Then we have Williams in fourth with 10, and then McLaren in fifth with 4, and then Aston Martin with 2 in 6th position, and then we have Alfa Romeo in 7th with 1, and still yet to score this season are Tauri, our Red Bull, and our Haas. So that's how the standings look so far, and it's pretty close between the top 3 at least. I think the other teams will be hoping that they can maybe try and get a tiny bit more close and inch in. So we have 16 drivers all ready to go around Belgium, and we have the timer which is going as well, and the drivers don't have a bit of time to just rest and I guess chill a tiny bit for a bit. You're straight into it. Another thing, if you are listening, because I know there are some drivers who are listening to the comms while racing, do not ready up until they are told to do so. So that's why we'll be getting another wait. So there will be penalties handed out. And sorry guys, I think 2 people chatted, but I just had so many things up at the same time, so I'll just get it up now. Once again, so Carlo Bona, I was about to talk about him. Luckily I didn't, because he would actually tell me that I jinxed him. Anyway, luckily I didn't. So unfortunate for Carlo Bona, he's gonna have to join hopefully Phoenix is able to stay in, and it's always Carlo Bona, unfortunately. Let's see if he can join in, because I will actually feel so bad, because last time out, if I remember correctly, which I do, because in FPRL, this is one of the leagues which I just have at the top of my mind, everything. So do not ready up to the drivers if they are listening. So let's see what's going to happen then. Carlo Bona last time out, I was about to say this, but now I can obviously. But Carlo Bona, and someone has readied up, unfortunately, because people cannot listen. Anyway, Anyway, what I was gonna say is, one short due to the sprint, obviously, as the driver just said that. Other than that, Collarbone has rejoined, but I was about to say Collarbone had a very, very strong race last season, so he'll be hoping for something similar like that. But anyway, you guys do realise it's time already to see who is going to take pole position around the longer circuit, and the order will change very quickly, faster than an F1 car can drive. That's how fast it changes. We have Sene currently right at the top of the table. He was driving for Aston Martin last season, and Pal's already disqualified himself, which he's supposed to do. Sene driving for Aston Martin last season, driving for Aston Martin this season as well. He is sticking to the green liveried car. We have Zach, who now gets there. Galexis in the Aston Martin, making his debut. And then we have Tristan as well in his Alfa Romeo all-in racing car. It's really changing. Flame, the man second in our championship, was second momentarily. He's moved up into first position now. As we continue now towards P1 corner we go. Little lift and then back on the power. You go foot to the floor then. Right over. Now through towards 13. And then 14 through Campus, and then Stavelet, part 1, then part 2, as we make our way through. And now applying the power once more. It looks like Flame is in third position right now. Zach in first as it stands, and it's looking good for him. Both Phoenix and both Zach are currently here, and he is Bill, by the way, just so people are aware, as he goes into now the bus stop chicane and navigates it perfectly. And now he's going to make his way towards the line. Can he take pole position for round number 2 of the season? Just as he comes across the line, he absolutely can. He's on pole position. He'll be alongside Galexis. What a first absolutely brilliant qualifying by him to qualify in second. And then we're going to have Flame, who will be starting in third position. And so gonna be an interesting sprint now. We will have the formation lap first of all, to give ourselves a tiny bit of a breather, and then we'll be underway. So let's see, can Bill convert it into pole position for the main race? Remember, that grid was for the sprint race, so it'll be interesting to see now what will happen. And people cannot follow instructions. Whoever it was will most likely be disqualified. People do not know how to follow instructions, and to be honest, I'm kind of done with this. It's just getting ridiculous at this stage. Anyway, we are heading now to the formation lap. And we have Pal saying in chat, let me win this. He did tell me earlier that it was one of his strongest tracks, so you never know. We didn't obviously get to see what he was able to do in qualifying. We have Cover disqualified from the formation lap. We got to look though to the tyres, all on mediums, so it should all be pretty, I guess, even Steven, because all the drivers will be on the same compound. But if we do see any late safety cars, we could see the soft tyres being used. Expected, predicted pit stop strategy. If everything goes to plan for you, if you are able to have a perfect sprint race, then you are going to be on those set of medium tires right till the end of the 8th lap. Spin there in the background as well. I think that is Tristan in the Alfa Romeo. And a bit about Tristan, he'll be able to get back in his good position. However, he is hoping for a better race this time around, and HPA Gamer in 7th, Alfa Romeo both in the top 8, Raphael in 8th, but I do believe he is going to be disqualified due to that. We have Ace in 9th right behind, and then Fishy, who is reserving for this race. I'll reserve, just a reminder, we have Brainy and we have Fishy as we go through, but I think Brady might not be in the lobby right now, because I don't actually see him. It was in my notes, so apologies. I don't think he's actually here. Might have not been able to join in time. We are now heading to the end of the formation lap around this 19 corner circuit. So yeah, they're all getting into position now. And apologies, there's actually yeah, sorry, yep, I was absolutely correct. Okay, whatever. It was just because my map's actually wrong, so I need to actually change that very, very quickly. Anyway, it is time for the first sprint race of the year, round number 2. Let's see where will everyone qualify. All 5 lights are on. And the lights go out and the race begins. Who gets the best start as we head towards turn number 1? Look at the Mercedes there to the inside. Flame, second in the championship, lead of the race as he takes it up the inside of La Source. And now we're about to go up the hill. Can Bill be able to fight back? Are they about to risk it into Aruj and Radion? It's Bill who retakes the lead. Flame in second. Then we have Glexus as now we're about to make our way. Look at the momentum of the Aston Martin driver as we make our way now down the straight we go. As we go into Lecombe, can he go to the inside line and try and take the position, or can Flame try and hang on as they go wheel to wheel? Flame just backs out of it. Glexus in second. As we now look through, we had Sine who's improved 1 position. Tristan has also improved 1 position. Our reigning champion trying to make a move on Sine, trying to dance around the outside now. Can he do it? As we're about to go, he runs wide though, and now we're on the run towards Puon. He's trying to keep his foot in. Can he roll around the outside to get this position? Look at this, he keeps his foot in. He's wide though, might open the door for Sine to get the inside. It'll become the outside line for the next corner though, and Tristan will try and take the place. Tristan is going to get the place in 4th position, Sine in 5th. Well, that was an excellent race start there. Spin in the background, I think that's for HPA Gamer in the Alfa Romeo. He is spun around on the opening lap, and we've immediately had a lot of drama, and we were mostly focused right on the drivers near the front. So we have Raphael who's lost 5 positions. It looks like Phoenix also disconnected, and I'll see if I can quickly get my track map changed, because I do have an old version, or it might not be old, but it might be not for the Formula 1. Might not be, because they might use a tiny bit of a different, or they have a different approach to the corner name. So it's 19 corners. Let's see then as we go through. Upper Ridge, Raphael already out, but he's allowed to do so in the pit lane. Look to the battle for the lead. We have Glexus who's taking the lead then. Glexus as he immediately takes the lead at the beginning of lap number 2, but he spun around, and our race leader spins around, and he's going to lose positions. Where will he be able to rejoin? Can he still be ahead of Akron, who is also getting through? But he was careful in that. Look in the background. One AlphaTauri through. Another one trying to get through as well. Martin to the inside line. However, Glexus is going to try and hold it. He's got the inside line, and he's got 8th position for the time being. Back to the battle for the lead. As we look, and we have Fishy also battling away there with Powell, who's improved 3 positions of the race start, and that is very wide for the Red Bull driver. He'll not be wanting to go over those bumps once again, because if he does that too many times, he'll have the Mercedes all over the back of him. He might already have the Mercedes all over the back of him, because he actually now sees the Mercedes in front of him, because he's gone wide, and running wide, not a thing he would want. And we have Flame then. Mentioned this quite a lot, but second in the championship, second in the race, and late on the brakes as well. Maybe a bit too late. Could have given opportunity here to Tristan in the Alfa Romeo, having a much more better time of things for now. Ace also on the back of Sene, having his first race of the season after not being able to attend last time out. Glexis on the back of Akron. He's going to try and be on a charge now. DRS is going to be enabled. We have Powell coming into the pits. And look at this, right in the rear wing. As we make our way now with DRS, the move's completed already. We're going to now cut to Ace, who's trying to roar right around the outside. Can he do it? Keeps his foot in around the outside. Sensational move from Ace, who dances round, moves up into 4th, and demotes Sene down to 5th. That was excellent by him. Here we have Curvo in the Ferrari, also known as Valdo as well, and he's also got a time penalty. We're going to cut to the tyres momentarily. We have Powell, the only driver, putting on those softs. We'll leave the penalties on for you, because as I said, it is a circuit where the drivers get a lot of penalties, and there's your proof. Thank you, Kyle, for being my example showcase there. We saw the HPA Gamer getting past the AI Phoenix, and we now see Ace. Ace is round, he spun it, waiting to rejoin at the correct moment, and he's able to now, and that's disappointing for him, because he actually just made the move on Sene, so it was looking good. As we have Carlabona overtaking Fishy. We might need to actually make the little cut note, because I do want to stay on the battle for the lead, because I think it might get very close up the hill. We have the 2 AlphaTauris though battling, as Glex is now pulling away, chasing after Wilder. Ace has retired in the pit lane. The 2 AlphaTauris might be getting very close together. I will cut to the battle for the lead if it gets a bit too close though. Doesn't look like there was able to be a move. Now we're going to cut to Martin, we're going to cut to Akron, we're going to cut to the AlphaTauris. Are they about to go side by side? Doesn't look like. Martin stays in 7th, Akron in 8th position, and we have Flame breathing down on Bill's neck as they go through, losing a bit of time through Puondo. Bill was just able. And we have Kyle now in the Red Bull losing positions. He's gone for a spin. We're gonna stay on board though. We have Aldo applying the pressure now to Sene as well. And this might be the opportunity that the Mercedes driver is looking for. And if he has a good race, he'll be looking to take the lead of the championship as well. Into the bus stop chicane we go. And the battle for the lead continuing on. About to go on to lap number 5. 3 cars in the battle. And I always love when there's 3 cars, because we could see it through Ghost Tristan. And I'm not just saying that because it's Tristan behind. I'm just saying when there's 3 cars, we might see a through Ghost someone. I'm just using Tristan as an example because he is the man currently in 3rd. However, he has maybe fallen out of that 1 second. It looks like we have Bill here, who's actually as he went through La Source, the first corner, he decides to deploy ERS, which, to be honest, I guess it's good. It's working every lap. But anyway, we have to cut to some battles now, trying to dance roaring around the outside. And moving up into 4th position, the man flying the flags for Ferrari this race, as Ilias isn't here, and he'll be hoping to at least get on the podium. Tristan now will need the top 2 to start battling a tiny bit, because if they battle, as Davide Valsecchi will say, they lose. Well, they might not fully lose, but you get what I mean. If they were battling like crazy and then someone comes in and does a 2 goes Hamilton, you never know. Anyway, Sene, I think, I'm unsure if that was actually just a let-through, because to be honest, it looks like Lexus is much faster and Aston Martin do want as much as points as possible, so that might have been a let-through, because now Lexus can chase after the Ferrari driver right in front of him and try and take as much as points off, because at the looks of it, Lexus seems very quick, he seems very fast. So absolutely, I do believe there is a chance he might join charity contention, because the championship leaders obviously will have some race misses. They're not going to be here every race, and as you can see, Ilias not being able to attend, and then I think Flame also last season wasn't able to attend every race. So if Flame was to take over the lead, there might be Flame who has to go for one race. So it's just going to keep swinging and changing. That's why attending every race matters in such a crucial championship. But if someone wasn't able to attend, it would open the door for other drivers. Now, tucking right in the slipstream, pulling alongside, using a tiny bit of ERS, might not need to though, as he comes right over back to the racing line and ahead of the Ferrari driver. So currently in 4th position, and now we are though still gonna so yeah, he's saying in chat he bottled it, he knew he wasn't getting any points, he says, so let's hope he has a better main race. But we are now going into the final, as Akron gets a 3-second time penalty, we are now going into the final stages of this sprint race. So let's see then, who is gonna be taking victory and start the main race from pole position. Will it be the Alpine driver of Bill, who on track last time won the race, but due to a penalty it unfortunately didn't go that way? Or will it be Flame? Just needs some good results and he will have a good lead in the championship. Very consistent as well. And obviously if Ilias isn't here, and they do need to take all the opportunities they can. And once again, on the penultimate lap of this race, it's crucial Bill is just able to pull away. So what does Flame need to do? I think it's a very long lap. Sector 2, and that might decide it then. There we go. I was about to say he did need something. Well, I was gonna say, I'll finish what I was gonna say first. It is a very long lap, and through sector 2 there is a lot of corners where you can gain, which you know it usually does. That might settle things though. 3-second time penalty. So yeah, that's maybe what the thing he was looking for. 3-second time penalty for the driver ahead. But as you can see, through sector 2, it looks like he might have a bit more of a downforce setup, because as you can see, he gains through this second sector and just gains and gains and just gets closer. But then as soon as we get to that straight line point, it's just Bill who manages to extend the gap. So that's what it looks like to me. But is Flame maybe not wasting his ERS too much? Well, now he's obviously going to have to deploy, because we are now approaching the final tour of this racetrack, and we're going to be seeing who will be taking pole position for the main race as we go through the bus stop chicane. DRS about to go open, and now let's see, DRS open, down towards Les Sources we go, towards turn number 1. And just braking Bill. It was a good lap by him, but it won't be a one that he'll remember, because it looks like it's gonna cost him. And Tristan will be starting in third position in this race. He would have been hoping that maybe the top two went for a tiny bit of a battle, cost themselves time, and then Tristan maybe could get second place due to Bill's penalty. Anyway, we're going to cut to Glexus, who a few laps ago made the move, but it looks like not for too long, because Waldo trying to fight back now around the outside, runs a tiny bit wide, might open the door for Glexus, who keeps his foot in and keeps the position. He was not going to give that one up, especially on the final tour of the sprint race. Can Waldo stay close? We have Carlabona also had Wi-Fi problems. It looks like it happens every single quali for him, unfortunately, but I told you at the beginning of the stream, he really enjoys the circuit. Or he might not enjoy it, but at least he's very good at it. I'll actually have to ask him that. I didn't really ask him if he enjoys it, but I did ask him how good he is, and the answer was very good. And it proves with how, as we have spin there, that's Waldo's round, promoting Sane to 5th, and unfortunate for him. But I did ask him, and I think I got a good answer by him, which was very good, and the proof is last time out in Belgium. Anyway, back to the front of the field. Attention turns to Bill, who unfortunately due to the penalty will lose out. However, he's been able to keep the lead for the whole time he's been put under pressure, and he will come over the line now. Bill takes the checker flag first. Flame takes pole position for the main race due to the penalty, and it's gonna be Flame, Bill, then Tristan, and then we will have Glexus, and then we will have Sine, and then as some more penalties coming in, just waiting for the order to sort itself out after the penalties are applied. Sine in 5th, then Martin, then Curvo, then Carlabona. A very, very good recovery by him to 8th position. He'll be hoping to recover even more. And then we're gonna have Fishy, then Akron, then HP Gamer, then Kyle, then Phoenix, then Pal, and your retirements from this sprint race are Ace and Raphael. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm just gonna quickly go silent. I just need to get a brand new track map up. About the track map I was using might be for GT cars or something, cause it does feel like it has a few extra turns, so just gonna quickly sort that out. I have already gone through the results for you. So I have the up-to-date one, but here are your results. Got to go to the sprint one. I'll just scroll down, let you read it. I just quickly, guys, sorry guys, need to do this, but I already have gone through it on the other page. But here are the full results, so I'll let you just read it. Almost got it. So official track map. So doesn't look like people are readying luckily this time. So yeah, people following it this time. Luckily, I think the first time I'm seeing this, but There we go. So, another formation lap. Another breather, but this time we do actually have some strategy we do need to go over. So there'll be more strategy as it is a 22 lap race. Gonna stay dry for all of it. But I do hope it does have a tiny bit more excitement than the sprint race. But obviously lap 1 I'm 100% sure will deliver. Alright, formation lap time once more. And immediately we're gonna have to cut to the tyres. And as expected, we have mediums, we have hards, and we also have softs. Maybe a bit of a bold strategy, but I'm gonna expect Akron to be a bit on the charge. Anyway, let's go through all the drivers' tyres. So, I mean, I'll see if he's going for 2-stop, but in league racing, it's rare to not have a safety car. So I have a feeling he's expecting a safety car, which I think most people are, but we managed to stay away from the safety car in the sprint race. Anyway, so Flame on the mediums, and then Bill right alongside him on the hards. Then, now, this will give Tristan an opportunity to maybe fight back. We could see Sene also having a good start, Tristan, and then we also have Glexis on those hards, so actually Sene might be able to overtake his teammate, and then Martin as well. Then we have Aldo also on those hard compound of tyres, Carlo Bona on the set of mediums. So he looks like has had a tiny bit of a stop, so that's why he's behind all of the other cars. Then we can't go to them as they have been disqualified from the formation lap. They're waiting at the grid for the rest of the field. We're gonna have Fishy on those mediums, and then Aquan, as I said, the bold one to go onto the self-softs. I think he's expecting a safety car. HBA Gamer in 11th, because I don't think he would want to really do a 2-stop, to be honest. Anyway, HBA Gamer in 11th, then Kyle in 12th, Phoenix in 13th, and then Pal, then Ace, and then Raphael, all on the medium compound of tyres. So it's really going to be an interesting race. What is going to happen? We're going to have Flame just getting his tyres up to temperature, so we might see Flame having a bit of a good start then, and let's see, and my main question is, I'm like really expecting Bill to fight Flame, which I think he might actually still, even though into turn of 1, even though there's a compound difference, but I am expecting Tristan to have a bit of a decent start here. Ooh, late on the brakes. Does that disqualify them from the formation lap? I'm joining in, but they're already at the end of the lap. Anyway, we have Glexis, we have Sene, we have Martin, we have Carlo Bona, and HP Gamer Kyle, Phoenix, Pal, Ace, Raphael, and Fishy and Aquan obviously as well. Please tell me we actually get a good camera angle. I do not like to see one car. Well, this is better than nothing, isn't it? Yeah, we'll stay on that. We're going to see them blast to us, turn number 1. Anyway, it is time for round number 2 of the season. 16 drivers. All 10 teams. Who is going to come out on top on Formula 1's longest lap? And we are underway this time around in Belgium for the main race. It's a good reaction time from Flame as expected. As we see then, Bill in second position, then we have Tristan, then we have Glexus spin in the background there, 4-1, looks like, of the AlphaTauri cars, maybe was it? Or it could have been the McLaren of Ace, unsure about that. We did have a spin there in the background, that's all I saw. We have Flame though, with a very good lead, 7/10 as they come over. Now, down the Camel straight, let's see who is going to be tucking in the slipstream. We have a reigning champion trying to dance around the outside maybe going to the outside, thinking about it again, trying to the inside then we have Glexus, then we have Sene, then Carlo Bona, then we have Aldo, and then Kyle, and Phoenix, and then we have Martin going to the inside line then of Malmedy. We have Sene out on the opening lap, and he has crashed then, so Sene crashes out of Malmedy, and that's a disappointment for the man who didn't race in race 1, and he won't score either in race 2. And if there was a crash, he will be very mad about it, and I think we'll definitely report it as we go through then. What about Akron? Didn't have the start I was expecting him to have on those soft compound of tyres, and that's one of the advantages you get of the soft compound. You are able to get a rocket of a launch versus the rest around you who are on the mediums and hard. He didn't find that though, because he stays in 10th position. He was actually down to 11th, but he's been able to get back to Phoenix, as he is on AI due to his, I think, having some steering wheel issues. We have HPA Gamer then right in the back of Pal as well, as we go through Blanchimont towards the bus stop chicane. Mighty Try1 now to the outside line, gets close, they're banging wheels maybe a tiny bit, as we go then right to the bus stop chicane, inside line, gonna keep his foot in. Oh, they get so close, and look at that, Ace is gonna try and get past both of them. It got so close, they cost themselves a lot of time. And now we have Ace trying to dive to the inside line, not being able to do so on that occasion. Back over to the front of the field we go. We have Glexis on the hard compound of tyres versus Tristan on the medium of the compound of tyres. We have the Aston Martin, we have the Alfa Romeo going side by side now, and inside line belongs to the Aston Martin driver on the hard compound. He does not care if he's on the hard, he's moving up into 3rd place anyway. And then we have Tristan keeping 4th, Carlabona in 5th, so he's been able to keep it for now. Didn't lose too much time going battling away there with Glexis. Now Flame struggled to make the overtake on him throughout the whole sprint. Let's see if Flame gonna pull away. He's already outside of that 1 second crucially before we even get on to lap number 3. And also here's the thing for you in real life in the sprint races, DRS will be open a lap after the safety car, I believe, and 2 laps after the race starts. So sorry, I think it's 1 lap. Yeah, 1 lap, my bad. So we're gonna be getting it straight away from the 2nd lap, I believe, which if the fields separate, so this lap, if this was real life, we would be having DRS around this lap. So fastest laps coming in for the drivers. It's gone a bit quiet again straight away here in Belgium, as we still have Flame doing the lead, 1.3 seconds. Let's see, is he able to? He might have added a bit more straight line, because park permit isn't on, so the drivers are able to change their setups, adjust, and to be honest, if there is some different conditions, for example, if we had qualifying, I think it would really help if it was wet and then we had to move over to dries. I think all the drivers would prefer to change their setups to a dry setup. So as we do have now Carlabona right on the tail of Tristan, just noticing that while I'm looking at some of the papers and notes I have for you. And lagging as they go. And oh no, spinning around goes Bill, and we just noticed that. So Bill spins around. He's going to lose a position there to Akron as well. Glexis on those hard tyres, I think, is going to try and fight back now against Flame. 2.4 seconds he'll have to close in though. Carlabona still in the back of Tristan. We have Bill having that spin, immediately going on the attack once more behind the runner, the only driver on the source, but he's actually having to come in now due to damage. As you can see, some of his end plate is missing. Lap 4 out of 22. And then to this point, we have now obviously DRS is enabled. Yellow flags through the first sector. Something might have happened right at La Source, I believe, or right before Radio and Rouge. And now with DRS open, it does give the drivers behind, who are in 1 second, a bit of a aid. As you can see, Carlabona doing his best, and last season he was on the wrong setup, where it was very good through the corners, but on the straights he could not make a single overtake. He'll be hoping to not have that this time, because number one, he has to drain all of his ERS in the trial of doing it, and he doesn't even get any straight line speed or performance. So yeah, it's crucial then through these corners. He needs to be close and then go for a move, and luckily you do get the DRS down towards the source, which does let you close in, and it is a very hard breaking point. So if your rival ahead, if you maybe like try and go to the outside but then don't complete the move, try switch back, try something, it might force your rival a tiny bit into a mistake. So that's something that the drivers might be able to try, as we have Bill moving up into 14, getting past his teammate, who is still not in this race. Carlo Bona still on the back, and he'll be hoping to go for a move this time around. Tristan deploying ERS though, so just able to pull away, and will try his level best to pull enough of a gap where he is not too much under threat. But if you're tucked up right behind, the slipstream effect is a tiny bit more, plus the ERS, plus the DRS, and it does kind of get your rival to use a bit more ERS just in this, as they know they're close. So it aids with the move. Talking about moves, here is HBA Gamer into 8th position, Fishy down into 9th. And easy move down the Camel Straight. And so right through here, so we're watching Carlo Bona. He tried to be very late on the brakes, but one thing about Puon is you do need to be late on the brakes, but you don't want to be braking to a point where you're just going to run a tiny bit wide. So I think he was really trying, as I'm having, looks like a tiny bit of lag, sorry from my side for a bit of lag, just hoping that the stream continues as normal, then I'm fine. Normally my stream improves if I restart my PS4, but I don't think I'm going to be restarting, as we are in the middle of the race. There's no point, we're going to probably miss a big moment, and we're already in the race. If it was maybe before qualifying and I was having extreme, then I might be able to restart the stream and restart all of that, but not really going to do it in the race. And I did have this before, leaving the lobby and joining back, but sometimes it makes it even worse, so I'll just stay in the lobby, be happy for now. Anyway, let's see this time around. Well, the Mercedes driver, I was about to say Aston Martin driver, remembering he was in Aston Martin last season, was about to say the Aston Martin driver right in the back of the AlphaTauri. I would be saying Alpha anyway, but he is an Alfa Romeo. Bill setting the fastest lap in clean air, of course. We have Pal coming in the process getting a time penalty. Carlo Bona getting a 3-second time penalty for track limits. We are watching from the rear wing of Tristan right now, and watching the Mercedes take its different racing lines as we go through Speaker's corner. Now I used to call it No Name. I think it didn't have a name before, but I think to be honest now it does. So and it just got into my brain. Everyone called it No Name, so yeah, do realise that. And then through the Vaniot chicane we go, and Campus, then Stavelot, and now we make our way down towards Blanchimon, and soon as Carlo Bona gets anywhere close to the back of the Alfa Romeo, Tristan presses his ERS button, pulls a tiny bit away. I was having a chat with the Alfa Romeo driver earlier, and he said he knew his braking point, so it would be better, and the weather obviously wasn't wet, so it looks like it was a decent showing. It was going to be a decent showing, at least for him. It currently absolutely is being a decent showing. Once again, so apologies for a bit of the lag. Does make him look a tiny bit closer than he actually is, and as you can see on our timing screen, he is 8 tenths behind and losing time as we go. Right into Lecom. So Akron coming in, putting on the hards, hoping to try and maybe get to the end. But I'm still going to be expecting a safety car coming in soon. We also have Powell going on to the set of hards as well. Phoenix also dived it in, but that's the AI game strategy, unfortunately. So he might be doing the soft, medium, hard, or whatever. He didn't actually start on the soft, so must be a medium something, medium soft. You know, I'll until if he doesn't join back, then I guess we won't really too much focus on him. Powell's back in onto a set of soft, so he's experimenting all of the compound of tires there is. Back in he goes. He might have got damage, which is the reason why he might be in. We're still focused though on the Mercedes of Carlo Bona, trying to overtake Tristan. And if you remember, all the way back to last season, it was a similar situation. And so I've got a response. He was serving his penalty, so thank you, pal, for that. But if we remember back to last season, we had Tristan and Carlo Bona battling for the lead in that race. And it got me all excited, but Carlo Bona did have that penalty hanging over him, so it was always unfortunately going to be. We'll switch to penalties in a second. I will update you on that. But when Tristan was able to take the lead, he was able to keep it. Carlo Bona couldn't really overtake. Not the correct setup. I guess it did keep him on the back of people to the corners, but then as soon as we went onto straight, someone would fly by. As Sene has left the session, we have there a move being made. I think someone was able to get through somewhere here. I think it was involving HPA Gamer. HPA Gamer maybe past Raphael, as those two are pretty close together. Kyle now given a 3-second time penalty, so there we have a move as well, and that is easy move for the Alpine driver Bill, pushing on those set of medium compounds, getting past another medium compound runner. But this is the medium compound runner who started on those set of mediums. Kyle in the Red Bull, teammates with Powell. These two had great duels last season at the end of it when they were both racing together. Loved seeing their battles right at the back. It was always fun watching them, because it was kind of a battle which I think they enjoyed, and it was pretty much for entertainment and fun. So I absolutely enjoyed it as well. And I think because I remember Abu Dhabi is one of the races, I think Carl also posted a little clip of it on his Twitter. As there we see Carlo Bona, he says, well, this Alfa Romeo, I am not overtaking him, so let's just come in. And that's exactly what he's going to do. The Mercedes driver dives it into the pit lane, and he's going to get off those mediums. Let's see now, as I'm also surprised we didn't actually get a safety car on the opening lap for Sene DNFing, because he was in the wall. We do get safety cars for front wings, so interesting stuff. Anyway, I am a tiny bit experimenting with my mic, so could you just update me if this sounds a tiny bit better than how I stream FPRL? By the way, don't talk about how I talk in virtual, because I don't actually use a headset for that. I just use it. That's just my phone. So we have Pal saying better, so yeah, thank you. By the way, just make sure it's you're talking about basically just compare last week's FPRL stream to this week's, or anything I stream. So perfect. Then I'm just gonna be using this way then for the rest of the season. And also thank you to Pal answering when he's racing, not going the Red Bull driver's way unfortunately on the soft compound though. He'll be hoping for some kind of safety car to come in as well. We have Flame. Glexus has been gaining on him quietly a tiny bit. Flame now finally comes in. So the Mercedes driver wants to get rid of those mediums. Glexus takes over leadership. Yellow flags through the second sector. That's the Red Bull. So into the pits for Flame. Into the pits for Tristan as well. So we are going to be having some pitters. Penalties, I will update you soon. So Glexus gonna go for some kind of overcut around this circuit. In the wheel tracks now, HPA Gamer trying to get past Martin, both on the medium set of tyres. HPA Gamer trying to roll around the outside, and when they come into the camera shot, HPA Gamer is able to do it. Brilliant move from the Alfa Romeo driver to move up into third for now, but still yet to make their pit stops. The top four are still yet to make their pit stops as well. We have Waldo and Glexus both on the hards. We have HPA Gamer and Martin both on the mediums. And also, so that's everyone. I know Phoenix also, I think Phoenix, yep, has, I think he's a lap behind, so Phoenix as well on those mediums. Unsure if he met, unsure, I was talking about him earlier, but let's not worry about him. I think I also said that he already made a pit stop, but he didn't. Should have put the stops up first. But I think it was a lap behind, so that's what I just thought, but whatever. Anyway, lap 10 out of 22. So the race just going slowly, and these are kind of the races where I hate, where it's just me just standing here trying to find topics to talk about for you, even though there is not much happening on the current racetrack right now. What I can bring you though is pit stops, and I will show you the pit stops because there is no battle on the circuit, so I guess something's happening. The Ferrari pit crew at work, and an unsafe release at work, as well as HPA Gamer coming in the background as car control goes back to Waldo. It's going to be close between him and Tristan, but Tristan is able to get back out ahead. And Tristan also onto the set of hard tyres. So let's see, can Curvo now on those set of mediums, he will have the tyre advantage as well. Warming up his tyres as he goes down the straight with DRS open, weaving as he goes into the Lecombe chicane. We're reaching about halfway distance now of this race. HB Gamer given a 3-second time penalty as well. And then Martin, then Flame, then Carlabona, then Tristan, then Curver, then we have Bill, then HB Gamer, then Raphael, then Ace, then Fishy, then Akron, then Carl, then Phoenix, and then Pal is the order. Bill given a time penalty there of 3 seconds, so we'll just actually, I think perfect timing to give us a tiny bit of a update on our penalties. Yellow flags through the second sector. Looks like we have an AlphaTauri driver around, must be Akron, as our race leader comes in now as well. We'll focus on that, but we will also take a look at our penalties, and we have 2 waved yellows. That must be for Ace. So here's our penalties as they currently stand. I will switch though as Flame takes over the lead, takes back the lead that he had, and let's see. Here is Carlabona in third position. Also as everything now comes back to life, and my head finally realizes, we have Carlabona who was able to pull the undercut. That's exactly why he pulled the trigger, exactly what he wanted to do. And now Tristan might be losing a position here to Baldo in the Ferrari DRS Open. Now towards Lecombe, easy move as he gets ahead of our reigning champion. And crucially, Glexus is on those mediums. So Flame, so it's gonna be it's gonna take some time for Glexus to get these tyres up to temperature. We have a Red Bull who is around right at, I believe that is right at P1, where we are heading to now, but the incident already cleared before that, right after P1 maybe. So we do have Glexus on the medium. So now the tyres will be up to temperature. It is the longest lap. Doesn't take too long to warm, especially the medium compound of tyres around this circuit, because before a lap is finished, he already is gaining. And I was going to say that Flame did need to try and pull away as much as he could, because this is going to be crucial, because we might see Glexus now just go on to dominate. Once again, yellow flags coming out for one of the AlphaTauri drivers, or might actually be Bill. It is Bill. But there was AlphaTauri, I think, going by, or there might be a double spin. Because now we have yellow flags again, and I think that's Jack just trying to, so Bill trying to just get control of his car. So many things happening. Alpine, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, enough of the A's, please. Anyway. One of the things that are going to happen, another spin, and the yellow flags are going to make my mind go crazy. Anyway, DRS about to go open for Glexus. You can see gaining, and already he is right onto the back. We're gonna actually have to cut though to Waldo, the driver on the charge, moving up into third position, and he gets past the Mercedes driver of Carlo Bona. We cut back, however, to the battle for the lead between the Mercedes and the Aston Martin. Glexus had a bad sprint race, trying to fight back, trying his absolutely best as they go through P1 corner, able to keep the momentum, both of them in the 20s in their ERS, as well as they now go attacking towards Campus and Stavelot, now through Campus and Stavelot and the Vanier chicane, and now down towards Blanchimont we go. We can see him now, maybe the Aston Martin driver tucking in the slipstream. Could we see him move immediately then, as we're about to go through Blanchimont, right on the tail? He'll be pushing him through Blanchimont towards the bus stop chicane we go. Is this the moment for the Aston Martin driver to take the lead? He knows there is 2 DRS zones coming up, and he will absolutely try and take the lead now as we go down the pit straight towards turn number 1, Les Sources. And they're going to have to navigate the lapped car first of all. Already a ghost should be easy for them. Fastest lap of the race for the Ferrari. He might be coming for the hunt here as well, if this battle was to go on for long. Anyway, that is a retirement then for Pal. He is out. And now we are watching the battle for the lead. We're watching Glexus pull alongside, and we will be watching soon the Aston Martin driver take the lead of the race. He cuts over to the inside, making sure Flame cannot fight back, and as he does so, he's into first position, Flame down to second. And unless we do get any more safety cars, or Glexus was to have any kind of mistake, it looks like Glexus is on for the win. He looks perfect on those medium self tyres. His pace will be unbeatable, especially as he has the mediums, Flame on the hards. And now another battle forming. Here we go again, Tristan and Carlo Bona, the drivers who provided the action last time we visited this circuit. It holded the sprint race last season as well in FPRL, but these two duelled it out for race victory. Might we see, hopefully, some more of Carlo Bona versus Tristan, and hopefully these two are able to provide us some of the action. Still, I'm surprised Glexus hasn't been able to get outside of 1 second. Well, there we go, there's your answer. He has now. As I don't think he would have wanted to give Flame DRS for another lap. Fastest lap of the race for Glexus. This fastest lap will keep coming. I think he might be trading them now with the Ferrari driver of Valdo in third position. And it's now one of those races which is not giving us much excitement. It's Kyle who has spun around, watching Tristan once more. Carlo Bona will get DRS this time around, and that is due to the lapped car being in the way. But as you can see, Tristan gaining on Carlo Bona in a straight line anyway, because with the straight line speed he's able to have, but it looks like Colabona might have a little bit of the advantage through the corners, and there's your answer why. Tristan struggling a tiny bit as he got on the power, as he went to Malmedy, and then Colabona able to floor on the throttle. Also the traction helping as well for Colabona. Unsure what assists he used, but I know Tristan has assists turned off. Same thing can be said for his teammate HP Gamer as they go through the Vaniat chicane. And the yellow flags keep popping, but I think some drivers who are running mostly at the back will be waiting for the safety car that tells us. The yellow flags, sorry, that tell us there is a safety car on the racetrack. And to be honest, I think I'm hoping for a safety car at least, because we haven't really seen much in this race. Obviously we have seen some stuff, but not much in overtaking, so hopefully the next time I see a yellow flag, which is now, we do have a safety car. Not hoping for any retirements. Anyway, here comes Tristan though, alongside and ahead of Colabona he goes. Tristan into fourth, Colabona to fifth position, and that shows you the straight line speed. Tristan able to apply the power and flooring his way past Colabona. And Colabona though is trying to fight back. Look at this. That might be some of the most best lunges I've ever seen from a long way back. I wasn't even expecting that. I was about to look at some of the papers I have in front of me, and I think Tristan will know. I do like to print a lot of stuff. So absolutely. Well, didn't expect that at all. At least we're going to get some more action between these two drivers. And you can see he's pushing him. Tristan knows that he can easily make this overtake. But then he needs to make sure that Colabona cannot pull some of the latest sends. And Colabona might have been able to get a tiny bit away this time around. But I think Tristan shouldn't waste too much of his ERS. So we're going to see then, as you can see, gaining towards the bus stop chicane. We head lap 17 out of 22. Oh no, there's contact between them. Through goes Tristan, spinning goes Colabona, and I think Colabona will be a bit upset about that. It looks like Sene had contact with Colabona, so Colabona was the driver who we were talking about. Now Tristan, I guess a bit of an easier way, but that unfortunately means we have no action on the racetrack now. And as you can see, he's pulling away now down the straight goes Tristan, and that's it then for now. I'm begging for some kind of safety car to come to save us and give us a bit of an exciting finish to this one. Penalties keep flying in though. We'll leave it on penalties. We'll actually first leave it on penalty. We'll actually look at so far the position changes in this race. Who is some of the drivers who have made up quite a few. We have over here Galexis doing from his starting position. That was due to a messed up sprint race for him. Valdo improving from his sprint race position as well. And then Colabona up 3. But do remember, he's also wasn't able to participate in qualifying. Remember that for our Mercedes driver, HP Gamer, then Raphael, then Martin, Ace, up 6th position. Raphael up 9. Had to retire in the sprint race due to readying up. And I think we're getting into the same territory now, where Colabona tries to get close to the corners, but then will lose so much on the straights. So pretty much what we saw last time out. Yellow flags again. It looks like it's not going well for Akron. And Kyle also overtakes him. Kyle gets a time penalty as well. Lap 18 out of 22. .4 seconds. So Flames, I think Glex's might have just been like, right, okay, let's just calm it down, let's not push too much, because I'm leading the race, I have a good advantage, if I spin it I will lose. So I think good thinking. But the top two not getting any penalties. Raphael as well, as you can see. Phoenix doesn't, but Phoenix, to be honest, hasn't been driving any of the races. Has been his AI, and AI do not. I don't even believe like they can, to be honest, get any. I mean, they probably do run wide, but so that's maybe one thing they can add for AI track limits. Because I think but obviously just for some drivers, maybe per race, because in real life we don't see every driver getting. I wouldn't want like every AI driver getting track limits penalties. But yeah. Anyway, lap 19 out of 22. And it's really one of those races where I'm just finding topics to talk about, basically. Anyway, Drive to Survive released. I'm not gonna spoil anything, talk about it too much though. Just saying, if you haven't watched it, make sure you go watch some of it, because I'm on episode 2. I would not really like anyone to be spoiling anything about the next few episodes either. And I don't think, if someone's not finished it yet, I don't think they would want it spoiled for them. So definitely not gonna be talking too much about that. What I will be talking about is testing a tiny bit. So that's it for the 3 days. Now we are returning, and now it is time for the season to actually fully get underway, with the race action next weekend. And I'm actually unsure who's even going to win, because it looks like it's going to be a very close one. Talking about close, I feel like this championship is going to be close. This race hasn't been close though, but I do believe that we will hopefully be getting some more close racing in the next few races, like Zandvoort, because Zandvoort was a thrilling opener. To say how boring Zandvoort last season was, this season was epic. And I know some people would say Zandvoort was good because it was clean. Yes, but there wasn't really much entertainment in that. Not much action. We did obviously have just Tristan. We obviously had Tristan basically following and then eventually making the move. I think we might have Kyle there, who was off at La Source. He was very slow going through there, at least. But yeah. So last season we saw that, and then we had a late safety car contact between, I think, Valdo it was, and someone else maybe. And that was pretty much it. And we also had the last lap battle, which I didn't catch on stream, between, I think it was Noah Sene and Ace, I believe. This year though, do not even ask me to list it. Do not ask me to list that, because there is going to be so many things that I could list. But yeah, I'll probably be listing them even after. Checkered flag. There is Kyle spinning around once more. Lap 20 out of 22. And no one is inside 1 second of each other. So Belgium not being a thriller this time around. Kind of like how the real life race was. Not too much action. There's not really been, unfortunately, too much of an entertaining race for us. But we're hopefully going to have more entertainment for you next week. And also, I don't know if it was just me, but I felt like this week has just gone very slowly. Because I feel like Zandvoort FPRL last week's race is literally been so long since that. I literally feel like some of the races, let's just say, for example, last season's Belgium was before this last week's Zandvoort, and I'm talking about Belgium from last season, so. We should hopefully have the microphone back up and running. Yep, working. Brilliant. So yeah, I've accidentally disconnected it. So yeah, what I was gonna say is, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say something about that's how long I feel like the race last week's race has been since. But I've had a very busy week as well, so maybe I cannot. And obviously we have a testing, we've had Drive to Survive, we've had so many different things. So it has been a busy week for F1 in real life, and I've been busy with leagues as well. Yellow flags, and that's the 4-0 driver round. He was running in 3rd position. He has now given the podium to Tristan, and right in the wall now as well. And finally I get to scream at something, except when Glexus comes across the line. Well, there we go. Unfortunate for Valdo, spinning around and losing out on points. Ooh, HBA Gamer having one of those moments where he would have been like this, like one lap. We are on the final lap. He would have been like, well, I don't want to end my race already. We're literally on the final tour now. The longest circuit on the calendar. If Glexus can just navigate the next part of the lap, and then he will be on to take race victory then around Belgium. And what an absolute amazing debut it will be for the Aston Martin driver, racing alongside Sene this season. HBA Gamer given a 3-second time penalty. The penalties do not affect the top 2 unless Glexus gets a time penalty through the last part of this lap. Penalties are coming in. That's Bill also getting a penalty. But anyway, Glexus then, if he can just navigate the final few corners, and now he'll be heading towards Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane. What an epic drive from the Aston Martin driver. Came into this race having his first race. He said he was going to win. He's absolutely going to get that right. If he just navigates the bus stop chicane now, to the bus stop chicane for Glexus, he'll come across the line. Could he be a championship contender this season? He starts off his debut in FPRL and he comes home to win. Glexus across the line to start FPRL for him in style. It's going to be Flame who will take 2nd position. It will be Tristan across the line to take 3rd, and right in behind, look at this, it's gonna be, as they come over the line, it will be Carlabona, HBA Gamer, and then wait for Raphael. Gets promoted because of the penalty, so Raphael takes 4th. He didn't participate in the sprint race, so that's a very good recovery by him. Carlabona demoted to 5th, HBA Gamer to 6th, but it got very close between these two drivers right at the end as well. We have Martin in 7th, and then we have Valdo. He will be so gutted about that late spin he had, because it's the one that has cost him a podium. So, sensational stuff. As we're about to head to the results then. Over we go to the race results. Lexus coming home to win. Sorry, Lexus. Why am I calling him Lexus? Probably because of the car. Anyway, Lexus across the line to win. We have Flav in second, and then we have Tristan. I guess kind of giving his season a bit of a start, because I don't think he enjoyed Zandervoort at all. So I think it's kind of he'll be hoping that this is kind of the fresh start of the season he needs, finishing in third. But he did tell me earlier that Belgium was going to be good for him. It absolutely was. Raphael in fourth, Carabona in fifth after getting that penalty. Same with HPA Gamer. Raphael promoted after these two getting time penalties. Carabona had 9 seconds, and then HPA Gamer had 11. And then we had Martin finishing in 7th, and then we had Valdo after that late spin in 8th, Ace in 9th, and then Fishy, then Bill, then Kyle Akron, Phoenix, and after that we have Pal, our retirements, with Sene, who didn't even complete the opening lap to the race in Belgium. Anyway, after that, not too much entertainment for us, unfortunately, but let's end this stream in a tiny bit of energy then. We are heading to not just a circuit, we are heading to a fantastic circuit, full of history. I think people can guess which one it is, but it's not just a circuit, it is the home of Formula 1, where it all began, and it'll be a thrilling one. It is obviously the British Grand Prix. It has memories everywhere you look around this racetrack. It's where Formula 1 originally began, so it'll be hopefully a thriller. FPRL did have Silverstone last season, but I'll be commentating over it as I wasn't able to last season, so I'm excited to see how Tier 1 will tackle it. So we'll be back to the normal format. We will have the 18-minute, and then we will have the race. Anyway, so thank you to the game first of all for not breaking on me. Thank you to all of the drivers as well. 1 second, I've just got a ping. Might be getting some interviews. 1 sec. Nope, all perfect. Alright. Okay. Anyway. Just got a tiny bit excited. Anyway, post-race interviews will happen in the Discord, so if you want to view them, you need to join. So make sure, just a reminder as well, to join all of our Discords and all of that. Follow our shows, follow our socials, and you guys know the drill by now. Anyway, so yeah, we will be heading to Silverstone next time around. A lot of drivers' home races it will be, and it's going to be hopefully an absolute thriller. Make sure you join us. Thank you to the game for not breaking on me. Thank you to all the drivers for doing an epic job this race. Well done to all of our podium sitters, and also to the drivers for attending. Anyway, thank you as well for your company, and we will see you next week when FPRL returns. Have a good night and have a good week. And also, as I won't see you until next Saturday, unless you tune into any other leagues I commentate in, then have a good qualifying, and if you watch Formula 2 and Formula 3, have a good F2 and F3 sprint race. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Have a good night. Goodbye.